What do we make of that team, Francis?
Yeah, strong team. Happy to say the fellows carrying injuries seem to play very well last game, and no reports of any aggravation. So I think they'll play stronger than last week. And that goes for Nico, for Hazo, and for
Ramian.
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ramian. Yeah, they're just going to be better again. They'll have a few days rest and recovery, and then they'll have fine tuning of their skills. Maybe a heavy defence session. I think I'm feeling really confident, as confident as we can.
The moon boot that Ramian's been cited that he's wearing now. Why does he do that in between matches? What does that do for him?
I don't know the full extent of his injury, but usually after playing, there's going to be a flare-up of an injury that you're carrying. So a flare-up can give you some increased swelling, a little bit of pain, and to quickly settle that down, some immobilisation in a moon boot for the time of the day that you're on your feet will help that settle down really quickly. So it's precautionary and a good step in an active rehab for the week. Yeah, it doesn't make me nervous. Doesn't make me nervous that it's serious. Yeah.
I saw a comment from Jesse in a written article yesterday saying that they were using the moon boot to lessen the load. That he felt like he could play again tomorrow if he needed to, and he'd be back running Thursday and then captain's run Friday. So, yeah.
So what do we make of this bench now with this forward rotation with Talakai playing 16 minutes and Royce Hunt coming on for 23 or whatever it was? Maddie, what's your take on that setup now and the way that this squad's being called out?
I wonder if there was a strategy change. So Talakai, he's been carrying an injury. I'm not sure what, but there's been a lot of talk about him carrying an injury and limiting his minutes, but also being able to cover Ramian if required. So I'm not sure if that was maybe something tactically that once we got 18-24-0 up that Fitzgibbon changed his plan. We saw there was obviously a strategy behind it too with the forwards basically not taking any carries in the first 10 minutes, probably an attempt to lessen their load. I don't think we can do that this week. We need to be all guns blazing from the get-go. And then, I didn't exactly look at the exact timings of the rotations and the exact minutes, but it did seem like Kaufusi and Rudolph were doing a lot more. So hopefully this week it's a bit more balanced because we're going to need to optimize that. We can't have the lulls like we did in the second half the other day where we went about a 10-minute period from the 50th to 60th minutes where we were really looking out of sorts. Having said that, I thought Ramian provided so much with the ball, just carrying out of our own end, let alone as an attacking threat. He saved our sets several times when it looked like we weren't going very far. And another thing, also just on a side point with it, loved the eyes up kicking from Trindle, especially early on in the match. I haven't watched the full replay yet. I've just been way too busy, but I'm looking forward to doing that hopefully later tonight or tomorrow. I remember live seeing Trindle kicking on the fourth and almost getting a 40-20. Didn't get the bounce, didn't get the positioning right, but it turned. We were going nowhere, and then it just turned. And looking live against Parramatta early in the year when we were flat, it's going to happen again this week when Penrith get up and in our face. We need to look for those opportunities to, when the wingers are up, just try and turn the tide a bit, or even better, find touch, even if it's not a 40-20, and just try and get that defensive line set and get ourselves out of it. Because Penrith, last time we played them, they absolutely strangled the life out of us, and we couldn't get out of our own end. So we need to find ways to avoid that.
Lats, is this the strongest team we've got?
Yeah, mate, this is the strongest team we've fielded all year. As Francis alluded to, they're getting through their injuries well. They probably haven't even been playing at 100%. You've seen Ronnie's knee strapped up. He got through, surprisingly, Jesse got through so well last week. Nico's still, getting his match fitness up after having so long out of the game. And I actually like the fact that we're playing Penrith after them having a week off. I think they were going into that Roosters game. They didn't look at their best. And I think with Cleary just coming back into the side fresh, I think momentum, they would have preferred momentum and picked up, just rolled on and tried to build their game. They haven't been able to do that, having the week off, and I think we'll be better for the run last week. And I think we're a massive chance. I think our forwards, we're stronger than them in the forwards. I think that's where we have to get them. Hopefully Gow comes out and has another crack at our boys, because that really got them to stand up. And we've just really got to watch their back line. They're crazy good, and but we can match them. I think we're good.
I actually reckon the other way round. I actually reckon we're strong in the backs and their forwards with Fisher Harris and then Leota and the like. Was it Leota or whoever else? Yeah,
Lee Odenryan, wasn't he like a winger for Parramatta in the 1990s?
Yeah, Leota, right? No, Moses Leota. I was like, who's the guy that went to the Roosters? No, it was Leota's still there. So they're props there. We'll go through their team in a sec, but I think that they've got
read through the team, Matty. You may as well take it away.
Yeah, righto. So Dylan Edwards, the fullback, the wingers, Taruva and the centers, Tungo and Alamotti, the halves, Luai Cleary, the front row of Leota, Kenny, Fisher Harris, the back row of Luke Garner, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo. Yo's playing, I think he's breaking the record for most caps as a Penrith captain, so it's a bit of a milestone for them on that regard. The bench, we've got Brad Schneider, spelled there Schmeira. It should be Brad Schneider. Lindsay Smith, Liam Henry.
I reckon I typed that in.
Matt Eisenhuth, the coach, is Ivan Cleary. So, as I was saying, I think that we've got To'o is very good. Edwards is best fullback in the competition. But I think that Ramian, Iro, this is just but what I've seen. I don't know if I'm going barking up the wrong tree here, but if one-on-one situations and looking at what some Penrith fans have said in their forums, they're worried about their centre defence, the defensive decisions by their centres and sometimes their wingers, whereas their forward pack is just dynamite, and that's even with all the players they've lost over the last few years through salary cap squeeze. So, yeah, we've got our work cut out for us.
I was trying to hint to you to read Fad and Realm's comment there, Matty.
I can
make that. I was trying to hint to you to work that in.
I will. So he was saying, extending to my comment before, got in Phantom Realm that, and I think you said that before then, so maybe I stole your comment, but Ramian is out. We do struggle with yardage sets, especially that play 2 and 3 coming out of our own end. So glad he's back, very much so. I'll give a shout out to Sione Katoa as well. I thought he had some really tough carries the other night, and had a few good opportunities where he hit and spun and made that ground and got that slightly faster play the ball to get the set going. But Ramian just did not fail the other night with those carries. The flip side of Kale Iro was fantastic, except for those 2 one-on-one steals. And get better studs, dude. I've been saying it since he came into first grade. He's falling over all the time. I'm not sure if he's got a touch of the Kurt Capels about him, but yes, Kale Iro, tie that ball up and keep your feet. And all of a sudden, I think we're a chance.
Paul's come through with the comment saying we have the better centres and the better bench with Mike Knight then backing him up. Lats, I see you nodding. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, mate. I think our bench is way better than theirs. That's what I was getting to sort of with the forwards. I think we've got more impact off the bench. And, I just think I can just see them tiring. We've got a good young pack, and we bring the intensity. Toby Rudolph's back to his best. All our players they're growing every week, and I just think we can match them. I honestly think we'll get them. You've got Jerome Luai in his last ever finals appearance of his career. The chin Nathan Cleary. If we can send Nickera and Teague at them, Teague's back to his best. I think he's playing some really good football, especially last week. And I think we'll get him. I really do. I think it'll be close, but I think we'll get him. I'm going Sharks in a Golden Point thriller.
Oh, we're doing the tips after that, but all right, we'll hold off on the tips. I do get your tips in. There you go. There's the spoiler first. Lats is picking a Golden Point win for the Sharks.